I threw balls at countries to find out which one is the most aerodynamic. But why? Well, measuring aerodynamicicity, which is not a word, is not so straightforward. There isn't a single formula that tells you how aerodynamic an object is, not even a complicated one. Initially, I tried gathering some parameters for each country, like aspect ratio, height in the front and the back, bounding ellipses, etc., and I attempted to combine them into one single metric. But that felt like I was just making stuff up. A more serious effort was to use an online CFD simulation to calculate drag coefficients. But I had two problems. I didn't know how to do it, and it was not practical to do it for almost 200 countries. And so I gave up. For a few months, until I started dreaming about balls coming at me. That does sound a bit wrong, I think. But anyway, the idea was that balls would simulate air particles hitting every country. And from the balls that did hit, I would then measure their exit angle compared to the horizontal line and take their average. The idea is that the lower the average exit angle, the more aerodynamic the shape of the country is. As an example, let's compare these three triangles. The pointiest one, which you'd expect to be the most aerodynamic, does in fact have the lowest average exit angle. And so I did this for all countries. But before I show you the most aerodynamic ones, let me show you the least aerodynamic, which are Egypt, Botswana, and Belize. Now on the other end, at number 3, we have my home country, Cyprus. Then comes Slovenia, and at the top spot is Nicaragua. But as you can see from my lack of enthusiasm, I wasn't too impressed with those results. Yes, those are the top countries apparently, but only if we keep their standard orientation. But what happens if we rotate them? Surely we can then find better solutions. And so I did that. I rotated each country 36 times every 10 degrees and computed the average exit angle for each rotation. Therefore, the top 20 aerodynamic countries in their best orientation are, in alphabetical order because I don't want to rank them just yet, Belize, Chile, Cuba, Djibouti, Guinea-Bissau, Israel, Jamaica, Liberia, Libya, Liechtenstein, Madagascar, Mexico, Monaco, Morocco, Namibia, Samoa, Somalia, Timor-Leste, and Tuvalu. The reason I don't want to crown a winner yet is that I don't want to rely on just one simulation per country. Instead, I ran 50 simulations per country, with slightly different starting positions and random initial angles. In the end, I got these results. So even though Israel had the lowest measured average angle in a single run, Somalia's average across all simulations was lower. So yeah, Somalia rotated to 290 degrees is the most aerodynamic country, under this very specific definition. Yeah, I guess it's very pointy and smooth at the bottom, although in real air this huge gap here wouldn't help. It would trap some air and create turbulence. Indeed, visually some other countries, for example Israel, who came second, look more aerodynamic to me. But okay, the numbers have spoken. Anyway, along with Somalia and Israel, it's Monaco who completes the top 3, which are clearly ahead of the rest of the countries. It's also interesting that some countries like Cuba and Tuvalu had much more variation across simulations, while others like Libya and especially Namibia were far more consistent. But you know what isn't consistent? My upload schedule. Wait, I'm supposed to be convincing you to subscribe. Well, I'm not that inconsistent. I do upload every now and then. See you next time.